Hello everyone, I am Abhishek. Welcome back to my YouTube channel again. If you didn't subscribe my channel yet, then do it right now. Watch this video till the end, and if you enjoy this video, then do not forget to like it and share this video with others. So, that was all about the intro, and now let's get started with our today's topic. So today, I will make an important comparison between Python and a popular programming language, C. Now both are considered as beginner level programming languages, so why to learn Python first and not C? Now let us see why is it so. On the left hand side we got Python code examples, and on the right hand side we got C code examples. The first point of difference is on the number of lines of code. Clearly, it can be observed that Python only took 2 lines of code, whereas C took almost 10 lines of code to generate the same output. In C, we had to write 7 to 8 lines of extra code apart from the needed 2 statements. 2 lines for the header files, 1 line for the main function itself, and 2 lines for those parentheses which defines the scope of this main function. Finally, within these parentheses we wrote our required line of code. Also note that before ending the program, 2 other terminating statements, getCh and return 0, are also needed. Actually, every C program needs these 7 to 8 statements compulsorily for proper execution. Details about these lines will be discussed in the next video. Now let's move on to the second point of difference, which is on ending a line of code or statement. Well, Python uses a new line to end a line of code or statement, and C does the same work with the help of a semicolon. Hence, for C, it is completely okay to write more than one statement in the same line. However, in Python, an error will occur if someone tries to do the same. Look at the Python code example first. A syntax error just occurred when we tried to write 2 statements in the same line, but the C program got properly executed even though these 2 statements are written in the same line. Because of the semicolon, the C compiler treated these 2 statements separately, but the Python interpreter was expecting a new line for each of these 2 statements. Now the third point of difference is all about indentations. So what is it then? Now in the C code example, the printf statement, which is written in line number 7, is enclosed within the parentheses from line number 6 to 8, and so they belong to the scope of the if statement, because these parentheses defines the scope of the code blocks. However, Python makes use of the concept of line indentation instead of parentheses for defining the scope of the code blocks, and so it must always be remembered that the amount of space in line indentation matters a lot, because all continuous lines of code statements indented with the same amount of space together forms a block of code. Say, if there are 3 continuous lines written with 1 space indentation, then together they will form a block, and so on. In the Python code example, the print statement in line number 2, which is indented with a single space indentation, belongs to the scope of the if statement written in line number 1. So we will get to know more about line indentations while we learn loops and function definitions where indentation matters a lot. But for now, remember that C uses parentheses for indentation, while Python uses the concept of line indentation. Now the fourth point of difference is all about error handling mechanism. Follow the Python code example first, where even though an error occurred in the third line, still line number 1 and line number 2 got properly executed. But in C, the entire program got terminated because of some error that the compiler encountered in the program during compilation. And now why and how is this happening will be discussed in the next video while I talk about interpretation and compilation execution method. But for now, remember that this particular feature in Python makes it a widely accepted language, and so one should learn Python first before C. Lastly, talking about Python's syntax, it is clear from the discussed examples that it is very simple and quite easy to learn and remember the Python syntax, and also it takes less time to learn Python language as well. So this was all about the differences. Well, with this we come to an end of this session, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please subscribe this channel, like and share this video with others. See you in my next video. Till then, stay safe, goodbye, and thank you.